Hello everybody, it's me, your good friend Sparky, and welcome back to Pikmin on the Wii, and welcome to the Challenge Mode in Pikmin on the Wii. We are here to grow as many Pikmin as we can in a single day in one of the 5 areas of the game, starting off, of course, at the Impact site. And if you watched the GameCube version of this day, you might be able to tell that my high scores in this game are much better than my high scores in that version of the game. Again, this is because I've owned the Wii version of Pikmin 1 a lot longer, and I would frequently, whenever the mood struck me to play this game, I would frequently end up challenging myself in challenge mode and trying to break my high scores. So, not to toot my own horn, but I think I've gotten pretty okay at it. My high scores are probably nothing compared to the really high scores in the grander Pikmin community, of course, but yeah, we are here to challenge ourselves. We are here to grow as many Pikmin as we possibly can, and we're setting down in the Impact site one more time. Of course, things are going to be a little different here. We've got a potato bug wandering around this time. And we'll probably have to take care of him, because if we don't, he's going to abscond with all of our pellets lying around. And I don't know if I ever really explained the process of defeating the potato bug. Normally, your Pikmin can't really attack him, and you can only really damage him, at least a lot, by dragging him back to the onion, and then he takes a hit when he hits the top of the onion, as he's carrying something. Rather creatively, honestly. But he doesn't take full damage, so you have to hit him at least once by throwing a Pikmin on top of him before you can actually defeat him and collect the spoils he has collected. And also, once you defeat the potato bug, anything that he has ended up dragging back to his nest, it ends up spawning where the nest is, I believe. But honestly, it's a better idea to just sort of take care of things ahead of time and not worry too much about collecting things he's collected. Because it generally will end up working out better if you just take care of him ahead of time and you don't have to worry about that sort of thing. Other than that, though, the Impact site is relatively harmless. I say relatively because there are, of course, some other obstacles. There's still the water hazards we need to worry about. And there's also going to be some fire jets in the map this time that we need to take care of using our red Pikmin. Well, we can't actually take care of them. In Pikmin 2, you can actually eliminate obstacles like the fire jets by attacking them with Pikmin. But in Pikmin 1 and I think Pikmin 3, I believe they show up in Pikmin 3, stuff like the fire jets, they are completely invincible. You can't really do anything about them. Even though you can actually, in some cases, go up to them and use your captain's, like, punch attack to attack them. But it doesn't do any damage, I think. If I'm remembering all the details correctly. But the fire jets are only in a couple specific locations on the map this time around. Of course, there was no fire when we were here in the main story mode, but things change. Things change over time. It's hard to say if challenge mode has any kind of canonicity to it. I don't think it does. But it is fun to think that Olimar would just kind of come back to the Pikmin planet just to kind of screw around and just have a little fun after his very harrowing first trip here. Because Pikmin 2 basically proves that you can basically stay on this planet as long as you want, as long as you have a functioning life support system. And one would assume, with the dolphin fully complete, that its life support would be functioning correctly now, and would be able to help out Olimar in his hard times. At least, I would think so. Honestly, it's hard to tell. Maybe the dolphin itself doesn't have very good life support? I don't know. I don't know if there was ever an answer. Basically, in Pikmin 2, you can spend as long as you want on the Pikmin planet, and it completely changes the flow of the game. But we'll get to Pikmin 2 another time, I'd say. I would definitely like to move on to that game at some point. After all of these Pikmin 1 shenanigans, I'm still in quite a bit of a Pikmin mood, honestly. Even though I have spent a long time playing Pikmin at this point for the channel. But in general, I am always in a Pikmin mood, I'd say. I just love this series. I never get tired of it. Pikmin 1, especially, is just one of those games that I can just play anytime I want and still absolutely love it as much as the first time. And these blue Pikmin are eating up all of the nectar and kind of ruining it for everybody else because they kind of wandered off on their own to pick the grass. So that was a little annoying. Could have used that nectar to get some flower Pikmin, but whatever. And that does bring up a detail I noticed, though. A difference between the GameCube version and the Wii version of the game. In the GameCube version, when you start picking Pikmin, your Pikmin kind of move off to the side, and they just kind of hang out until you're done picking, and then they sort of rejoin the group after the fact. In the Wii version, though, your Pikmin actually will follow you around as you're picking Pikmin. I don't know why this changed, or what the major difference is, honestly. It's just the sort of thing I never really paid attention to, and I happened to notice while watching back these videos. And it honestly makes me wonder how that sort of thing behaves in the other Pikmin games. I really don't know. I really just never looked at it close enough to really notice, honestly. But, yeah. I guess we'll find out eventually. Hopefully I'll remember to check that whenever I'm playing Pikmin 2 and Pikmin 3. I do plan on also playing Pikmin 3 at some point. Pikmin 3 is a very fun game. I've spent a lot of time with that game, playing it on the Wii U and the Switch, and playing the challenge mode a ton with my older sister, and us just having a freaking ball, screwing around and playing Bingo Battle and stuff like that. Man, Bingo Battle. I could really go for some Bingo Battle right now. But again, I think that applies to just basically all times in my life. I am always up for Bingo Battle. It makes me wish Bingo Battle had an online function, honestly, so I could play Bingo Battle with people over the internet. But it is couch co-op only. Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the Switch is actually generally optionally a cooperative game. It's pretty fun to be able to do the entire the entire like main story campaign co-op in that game. That's what I ended up doing, honestly. With Pikmin 3 on Wii U, I of course played the story mode solo. But with Pikmin 3 on the Switch, me and my sister actually did the entire story campaign as a co-op experience. Just to sort of change things up and change the flow of things, really. And it was a lot of fun. And Pikmin 3 is a very well-designed game. I heard Pikmin 3 Deluxe... I don't know, I've heard conflicting reports. Pikmin 3 Deluxe... I've heard it didn't sell very well, but I also heard something about it being one of the best-selling Pikmin games. I feel like either something changed over time or just nobody knows what they're really talking about with the game. Pikmin itself, as much as it is beloved in my heart, it is still kind of a niche series as far as Nintendo series are concerned. Obviously, Pikmin's popular enough to get several sequels and have a very dedicated following, but if you asked, like, a general person to name a couple Nintendo games, that I doubt that Pikmin would come up as often as stuff like Pokemon and Super Mario and Legend of Zelda, things like that. It's not one of the obvious choices, really. Also, somehow some yellow Pikmin got behind those fire jets. I don't know when that happened. They somehow survived. I think those were yellow Pikmin anyway. It's honestly kind of hard to tell sometimes because of that faint glow, the dimmed colors that they sort of adopt when they're idle in this game. That's a feature that ended up getting put aside in Pikmin 3 when that came around, because it didn't really do anything. It helped you distinguish between which Pikmin were idle and which Pikmin were active, but at the same time, it also made it difficult sometimes to tell the difference between Pikmin types when they were idle. So, yeah. I think the games are typically better off without it. But that wraps things up for the first challenge day of the Wii version of Pikmin. We get to see our high score tally up, and while we didn't beat the high score this time around, as a matter of fact, we tied it. 238 Pikmin on the impact site. Clearly that wasn't the best we could do because there were still pellets on the way back as the timer clicked down. When you're playing challenge mode, an important note is as long as an item, a pellet, hits the onion before the countdown ends, it counts towards your final score. The end of day countdown ends, I mean. But, yeah, 238 Pikmin, definitely a better record than the GameCube version. And we are going to be moving on with challenge mode again next time. So, until then, this is your good friend Sparky signing off for now, and I will catch you later.